He said that Claribel. I'm gonna take it back. Look, it's so smart to do that.
So we can pause for 5. How long have you been going to the clubs not paying for your drinks?
Here, I'm about to set the record straight for every guy out there. Yo, you're crazy. You're crazy. I almost killed him.
Cut.
Nice.
Welcome to Lost Files episode. And today we have Claribel with us.
Thank you, Claribel, for being on the podcast. What made you want to come on, basically? Because I feel like you're kind of nervous. Because I feel like you've been kind of fidgety.
When I start off like nervous for everything. But I like all of this. Like, podcasts are one of the things that I definitely picked up during the pandemic. And, I feel like everybody did. Everybody went, like, deep dived into them. And I kept it. So I was like, I absolutely would want to do something like this. And I also, I quite enjoy media and altogether. And, like, people trying to make that end result happen. Yeah. So I'm always willing to put in that effort with them.
Okay. I appreciate that, actually.
Of course.
What kind of podcasts do you watch?
Oh my gosh. Okay, so there's been the one that I've been obsessed with, and I feel like more people knew about it before I knew about it, was Call Her Daddy. I really, really, really like her style.
What do you like about it though? Because I have watched some of them because they pop up on social media and stuff like that.
Fair.
But do you watch it because she kind of gets a little bit ratchet sometimes?
Yeah, she's really about the point in life that I am, which is just being fun and having fun and being light and like not taking everything too seriously.
So would you call her like a city girl and stuff like that?
Yeah. Okay, that's a better answer for it.
Yeah.
I definitely identify with city girls. I'm not the only one out here having a blast, guys.
Love it.
Oh, man. So what other podcasts you watch besides there though?
Okay.
I want to see if there's a trend or if like you kind of like.
Okay. So we touched on this earlier, and I said I misspoke.
Okay.
I said I didn't care for Joe Rogan, and it's not that. I don't care for his comedy. Like, when his stand-up is completely different, I feel, from what his podcast entails. And that gets more into conspiracy theories. You get more, like, him unboxing things, like real, actual, like, questions that people have. And, like, like, getting you think, what's actually the real question. People who know what they're talking about. He even has Elon on there. Well, I'm not a fan of Elon Musk either. He's a frat boy trying to be Batman, but he's not. He's just he's really evil.
Wait, what gives you like the thought that he's trying to be a frat boy though?
That's his whole attitude. Oh my gosh, there's so much about like how he views like women and people altogether, where like sometimes he's like, haha, eat the rich, but like he's just doing it because he thinks it's funny, like to see people around him fall, not because I genuinely think that he like cares about people. 100%. And this all even details into like his whole like his life with his wife and like him having kids. He sees women as breeders. And I'm like, yo, you're crazy. I don't know, he has rich kid syndrome. He's very much like, I got money.
Yeah, but he doesn't like, I think he just doesn't flaunt it. I think he flaunts more so like his power in terms of what his money has gotten him, because he doesn't, well, from reports, right, he doesn't live in like a mansion or anything.
Okay.
He lives like on SpaceX property basically, in Texas.
Okay, all right.
And like a little shack too.
I don't know. I see. Okay, so for example, he bought Twitter, right?
Yeah.
Everybody knows that. And then he turned around and somebody was like, hey, Elon, I haven't heard anything for a while. Like, I don't know if I still have a job at Tesla or anything. He told him
developer and stuff.
He told him he was lazy and that if he just got off his ass and did something, he would be successful. The guy was in a wheelchair. Why would you say something like that? You know, like, you're crazy. I think I'm more of an overthinker.
Yeah?
Yeah, for sure. For sure.
So
I'll overthink everything.
You wouldn't make impulsive choices?
Oh, no. Oh, that's... So, like, because I'm so anxious. Exactly. When I feel it, like, I gotta bite, or it won't come back. I won't be able to, like, do it. If I give myself too much time to think about it, I won't do it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So like, let's say you were gonna go skydiving, right? And
No.
you're like, right.
I don't like heights.
No. Let's say hypothetically you were, right? And you were debating it if you should or you shouldn't. You would jump versus not jumping.
Yeah, I wouldn't even think about it. I would just be like, well, let's go. I don't have a choice. If it was like you don't have a choice thing, and then I'm like over here, if you have me at the edge thinking about it, looking, oh no, I've thought about it too much. I've picked it apart. I'm like, well, I could do this, I could do that, it could end this way, it could end that way. It's a no. Yeah. To the point where even like roller coasters are like difficult. Where I'm like, yo, what if we go flying off? You know, it's a height thing also. The fact that you said skydiving, that's one of like my top like fears. Yeah. I got 4 of them. I won't mention all 4 of them, but we'll say this one. Okay, I'll give you this one because you're not gonna find them in the city. Leeches.
Oh my God! Leeches. I have a leech farm.
No way!
I swear to God.
Now I'm gonna be terrified.
You know what's crazy is one time I went to Flushing.
Okay.
Flushing Park.
Yeah.
And you know how they have a pond? Well, have you been to Flushing Park?
Yeah. It's the big one, like that's literally by like a little bit past Corona, is it?
Yeah, the one where the world is.
Yes, yeah.
So they have a pond there, right?
Okay.
And I went there when I was really, really young. Maybe I was like 10. I was walking by the pond, and I got really, really close, and I stepped on a rock. It wasn't on something that when I stepped in the rock, it just sunk right away. And my foot went in, and I had to take it out, and there was a leech on my leg by the time I took it out.
No.
Yeah.
I would literally be terrified. Because the thing is that leeches are like... Okay, so the fear originated was 1,000 Ways to Die. Doesn't it always, right? So I'm watching the episode, and the guy goes, and he's running from the law, apparently, or something, and he hides in a freaking swamp to hide from the people. He's like, they'll never find me in the swamp. And... He stays in there for like a few hours, but he doesn't realize that the leeches are on him. And leeches have numbing agents when they attach to you. So you won't even feel that they're on you. And so like they're literally sucking all of his blood to the point where that's it. He died because he didn't have enough in his body to maintain it. And I'm like, okay, cool. So vampires may not be real, but leeches are. And you can just stick your foot in a lake and that's it. They're on me? No, they're no. Yeah.
You weren't even in there for long, right?
Yeah, no.
So I sunk in almost immediately, and like it was crazy because I've never done like a split in my life, but I did a split then because.
I'm like picturing him sliding. Yeah, exactly. So that's it. You got 2. You guys got 2.
We're gonna end up with the 5
by the end of it.
Are the other 2 objects, or are they like events?
I guess no. It's like more of.
You're not scared of death?
I guess no. So it's like I am, but I'm also like whatever. Like as long as it happens quickly, you know, submarine people type of thing. No.
I get that.
Yeah. So I'm like, but okay, buried alive is like one of those things that everybody's afraid of.
I was gonna say that I don't think buried alive is like on my list of like fears, just because I don't think about it enough.
I watch a lot of far too much TikTok, and a lot of like horror TikTok, and they were like most terrifying ways to die. It's a series, like basically like a jump off of 1,000 Ways to Die, and you would think that I would learn my lesson the first time, but they were saying that they found this girl and they thought she was dead. They managed to have a whole funeral for her and put her into the ground and bury her, only to figure out that she was not in fact dead.
Yeah, but that happens so much. Though.
Yeah. Isn't that fucked up? Like, there is a possibility. So they put her in the ground, they get her in the ground, and when they dug her back up, because they were like, yo, maybe she wasn't actually dead. Because they could hear, like, you know, all this stuff. It was sad to watch because they were like, they said that they found the wood from her coffin underneath her nails from her trying to dig her way out. Exactly. And the look of fear on her face was like... just solid there.
Damn.
Yeah, I
What
know.
is
I'm
this,
like, ah, that's so. I mean, definitely one of my fears, but not one of my top.
Okay. Heard. No, but yeah, as humans,
It's
we're
hard,
just
right?
built on top of fears.
Yeah.
I feel like who are we if we didn't have fears?
What kind of driver are you?
Not a driver. I'm a backseat princess.
I actually like how you said backseat.
I have so many friends who drive. I've made like my whole life built on friends who can drive. My best friend drives me, and the both of them, they drive me around everywhere. I don't ever have to, and they wouldn't even trust me anyways because I don't have my license. The one time I did try, oh, I'll never recommend it again. It was the
What
worst.
happened?
I turned around. We were driving down the streets of Ridgewood, if you guys have been, where they're narrow streets. And I also was super, super high. And I get in the car, and my best friend at the time is like, he's like, no big deal, get in the front seat. And I'm like, no, not me. And he's like, do it. Just do it. You gotta just, like, not think about it. And I don't understand why somebody would think that was, like, a good method to apply to driving. It's not. Not especially when you've never been driven before, or I'm the passenger princess at that point. And so we actually make it. I make it through. I don't do too bad until this part. We get to a parking space, and he decides, you know what, we're also really young, keep this in mind. He decides, while you're in the driver's seat, you can press the gas while I turn the steering wheel into the parking spot. And obviously that didn't go well because I go and there was a taxi behind me. Ooh. And I slammed right into them.
Oh, fuck.
Yeah, didn't even realize they were there. So then the guy comes out screaming at me. I'm panicking. He jumps out the car. He goes running up to the guy. He's like, oh my God, I'm so sorry. And he's like, what the hell is wrong with her? And I'm like, verge of tears, like freaking out. And he goes, okay, all right, do me a favor. He goes, pull the car up. I'm freaking out, so I forget the car's in reverse. I almost kill my friend now because I slammed right back into the car again for a second time. Shit. Literally, if the car wasn't there to stop him, like to stop it from like running him over, I would have ran him over like completely. And then he jumped. I've never seen him run so fast. Oh my God, he jumped to the front and then took the keys out and made sure to tell me, I'm not mad at you. I'm not mad. And he said in the most calm voice, he goes, I'm not mad. I just need you to get into the passenger seat and stop touching things. And I was like, fair enough. He turns around and we get in the car. He tells the guy, I got $500. I'll give you the $500 and you can just drive away and we never have to call a cop. It's him off and the guy leaves and I'm like, oh my gosh. He's like, that's it. We'll go next week for another like lesson. And I'm like, no, never again. I will never again. And he's like, I didn't just spend $500 so that you can just say, no, I'm never driving again. And I'm traumatized. And I still haven't. I did that when I was like 22, I think. I'm 28 now. Still. I still again. I was killed him.
How do you guys get around?
Cabs.
That's...
Yeah, I spend a pretty penny. I'm telling you, if I had to guess, at least like $200-300 a week on cabs.
A week?
Yeah.
Oh, I can't even lie. Sometimes I'm like that too.
And then some days I take it straight to the city, which is like $40-50. And then you hit a few of those on the weekend because you're going to the club, going back, going to the bar, going back. It's a lot of money.
When you go to the club, do you pay for anything?
Just to get there. No, they definitely don't. I've been very blessed to be in a position where guys are willing to spoil. They don't care. There's one guy. Oh man, sorry, I cut you off.
No,
There's one guy. Love him. Shout out to R. I'm not gonna say his name. He turns around. Whenever I'm there, immediately buys me a drink. But then when he comes back and he's done buying me a drink, he looks at the girls that I'm with and buys them all drinks.
Yo, R, if you're listening to this, I'm trying to get employed where you work at.
It's what they're great. They're
How many
great.
girls are you usually with?
But I mean, like max, like 2 or 3.
Oh, okay.
Sometimes 4. But he's done it with, like, when I've been sitting with a whole group of girls. He don't mind.
What was the? I need the group size. Like, what was? If you had
I think most probably like 4 girls, and then that's including my drink. That's not including my drink.
So 5. Does he take a drink with you guys too?
Yeah.
That's 6.
And
Holy
those
shit.
drinks over there are not
Yeah,
cheap.
they're like they're usually like what, like $20 each.
Yeah.
15 plus size.
But okay, here, I'm about to set the record straight for every guy out there.
Alright.
We have a coworker. He's also an R. And this man, I've seen him. It's truly about the personality. It has nothing to do with the fact that I'm a girl. I've seen grown men pay for his full tabs. And we're talking like $80, $100 bills. Just throw it down on him. Call him, hit him up, and be like, hey, come through. And nothing other than strictly old school men who are platonic and just want to hang out at the bar. And I know it sounds crazy, and I know it really, like, you would have to be there to see it, and I hope you do get to witness it one day. But I've seen him do it. And I get shocked all the time. And I didn't even realize it, but, like, we're in the city, you can meet anyone. And some people are just, like, have money and they want to hang out.
Do you think men are easy? Can you elaborate on that, please?
Okay. I think that they're just... I'm trying to find a good way to say this.
Do you think they're overall easy in general, or do you think they're easy for, like, specific people?
I think so. I think they are. I feel like it's a little bit... Sometimes it's a little bit predictable. Very, very few men throw me for a loop these days where I'm like, oh, I didn't see that one coming. You know? Like, you can kind of guess the pattern, especially if you're in the same scenario, like where I am. I'm always, like, in this one specific club. I know the environment. Mm-hmm. They get very predictable. Even if it's different guys, you find that they do kind of the same thing because that's where you're at. Which is not a bad thing. Yeah. I also don't knock anybody in... I don't knock guys for being easy in those situations. Yeah. Because, yes, while they're easy, that's what we all came to the club to do. Nobody's really coming to the club to find marriage. Nobody's coming to the club to do anything serious type of paper. You're going to dance. You're going to have fun. You're going to drink. Create a memory. You're not going to... It doesn't have to be a forever memory. It could be you talked to a pretty girl and bought her a drink memory.
Yay.
Yay. And then you got to sit with a group of pretty girls for the night. And you got them drinks, and they had fun with you, and you remember that, and you're like, wow, you know?
For the experience.
Exactly.
And really, that's what life is about. Well, Claribel, thank you for joining us. It was a pleasure. And then I'll have this for you to keep.
I'm going to be using this tonight. When I go out, I promise. I'll send you pics. Cheers. Thank you.
You could have
Very
this
cute.
I can have it? Mm-hmm. I'll thank you.
He's like, I'm not gonna be using it.
I'm gonna use it. I swear I'll send the picture.
Hopefully I have a straw.
We're starting at a gay club, so this is gonna be really good.
I love that.
Celebration.
Okay, cheers to that.
Yes, cheers to that. Nailed it.